town and surrounding area. Tiger Talk is brought to you by... And Tiger Talk brought to you by String Beans Coffee House on Lower Main in Princeton, Hancock's Neighborhood Market on Commerce Street, and Katie's Delicious Homemade Goodness, and Perry's Floors and more. String Beans Coffee House in downtown Princeton specializes in made-to-order espresso drinks. Stop by Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. to noon and enjoy a pick-me-up. You can also enjoy fresh-baked scones, homemade chocolate chip and oatmeal raisin cookies, and espresso brownies that'll keep you going all day long. They're also open on Saturday from 9 to 2. String Beans Coffee House on Lower Main in Princeton. Great coffee and more in a great atmosphere on Lower Main in downtown Princeton. All righty, and good morning. It's Wednesday. Welcome to Tiger Talk. Thanks for joining us this morning. It's Wednesday. That means it's our extension program. And my day got off to a great start. You know about that. And Rhonda is in studio. And, boy, Rhonda, it's, I think spring's finally here. We were just talking about that.
Thank goodness. It's good
because, we had frost on the ground Sunday morning.
Yeah, and I put out flowers Saturday afternoon.
But I think maybe with a little luck, we're through the bad weather. Mm-hmm. And that means, camp just around the corner here and all kinds of stuff going on with 4-H. Rhonda Jewell in studio this morning. She is our extension agent for 4-H at the UK Extension Office. So take it away.
All right. Well, we've been busy finishing up clubs. We've had our last horse club meeting this past Monday night. We are going to have our craft club. Is coming up. I can't remember when Craft Club meets again. No, the Craft Club's they had their last meeting. Okay. And we also are finishing up school clubs and different things, the middle school and the high school. And but we do still have livestock and shooting sports that are practicing. Livestock practices each Wednesday at the Research Center or the Extension Office, depending on what they're going to be doing. This afternoon, they're going to be at the Research Center doing a workout judging cattle. So they're enjoy those days getting outside. Some days it's inside going over CDs and going over classwork stuff, but some days it's outside. So
good old outside day today.
Yes,
and what a good day for that.
Yes, they appreciate those outside days. However, they did say last week it got hot, and I was like, don't complain. Then shooting sports also, they're doing practicing each Tuesday at the Jones Keeney shooting range out on Dawson Road. We've had a great group, and we've got a lot of kids participating in the different events, archery, especially shotgun, which is like trap, rifle, and pistol. So
great.
We're excited about our shooting sports.
Good stuff.
I will say that some of our shooting sports leaders are 3 teen leaders, and 4 of our adult leaders went this past weekend to Eminence, Kentucky, which is in, I can't remember the name of the county, but it's on the other side of Shelbyville. They went to a YHEC competition, which is Youth Hunter Education course. And I know a little bit about it, but I don't know really that much about it. But they were really excited. They had a really good time, and they're contemplating going to the state contest. We don't have any contests like that this far west.
What did you call it?
Youth Hunter Education course, and they go through
YHEC.
YHEC.
It sounds fun.
It sure does. So anyway, that may be something that we have come into this area. If not, these kids may be continuing to participate, and hopefully we'll get some others that are interested. It's more hunter focused versus shooting sports is more skill.
Right.
So anyway, it'll be interesting to see.
Yeah, that's good.
See what happens there. And we also have several deadlines looming. We have Cloverbud Camp, which is coming up. The deadline is coming up tomorrow. This is a camp for kids ages 5 through 8. They have to have a chaperone with them or an adult guardian We've got some grandparents going. We've got some dads going with kids. We've got some moms going with kids. So
Neat.
really excited.
Now, do you go to Clover Bud?
I do. However, I go to camp the week after. So it's on a weekend. So this year I'm not going to be able to. I am going to be there quite a bit, but I'm just not going to be able. I'm not staying overnight just because I've got.
That's what I was. My point was, I guess, in asking was just that you spend a lot of time up there at our 4-H camp. It's great, but you're there quite a bit.
I am. But the good thing is, it's just 15 minutes down the road, so it's very close for me.
That's nice.
It does, and it helps go back and forth, and with my home situation, it makes it nice that I can do that.
Excellent. So yes.
But anyway, we're looking forward to that. If we have any last minute people that'd like to sign up, again, the deadline is tomorrow. The cost is $120, and that is for the parent, and $120 for the child. So for each person, it's $120, and that is pretty expensive. But they do get a lot for their money. So
sure, and you call the extension office, right?
Yes,
2787 to sign up.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Good deal.
And the experience that the kids get and the parents get in the bonding time, it's worth it to me.
It's good stuff. Yeah.
It is. We also have another deadline. Friday, May the 4th is the deadline for teen conference. This is a conference that's held the second week in June in Lexington. We stay on campus. We eat in the 90, which is where the college kids eat. We take classes in the buildings, Whitehall, and some of the other classroom buildings. This year's a little bit different. We're taking a different kind of, I guess you could say, a different focus on teen conference. The kids that participate and the kids that go are going to be taking they choose a major, and within that major they have classes that they take that are focused in that major. Unlike before, they may have taken an archery class and a crochet class and a weightlifting class and a how to cook breads class. This year, it's going to be more focused in a general discipline. And I can't remember what those disciplines are right off the top of my head, but I'm sorry.
They're general.
General disciplines. But it will hopefully help these kids, especially if they go for the 4 years, they have a really broad idea of, what are some of the opportunities out there, career opportunities. Yes. So it's going to be a lot more career exploration.
And that's so important. And, it seems like that here recently, we're everybody, college isn't for everybody,
yes.
And we talk about that. True. And, a lot of these wonderful trades, less and less people are going into, but we're starting to see an uptick and a trend into that. And it's nice to have that diverse exposure so you can decide, hey, I might want to do this or I might want to do that.
Yes.
So, and that's a good, and start young so that you can kind of decide.
Exactly.
That's great.
They also do get to take fun shops, and there's a lot of other fun activities. Teen Conference is a great experience. It is a great learning experience. It's open through grades 9 through 12. And, again, the deadline is going to be this Friday.
Okay.
Fanfare is going to be held this Saturday from 10 to 1. I'll be there promoting 4-H and maybe some other things. But anyway, it's an opportunity to just come out for some fun family atmosphere with a lot of free things to do, a lot of fun things to do. So I encourage anybody out there, just come to the Butler Lawn this Saturday between 10 and 1. We also, this Tuesday, May the 8th at 3:30, just right after school, I'm having a middle school achievement workshop. And this is for kids that have participated in state fair, or they're in school clubs, or they do livestock judging, or they go to camp, or whatever they do. Those things that they do, they can accumulate points. And we have it's kind of like a tier system. When they're in middle school, it starts with Clover level 1, Clover level 2, level 3, and then it goes up to 4, 5, and 6. But then when they get into high school, or when they become an 8th grader, they can apply for 4-H honors, bronze, silver, and gold. And when they achieve those, it is competitive, but when they achieve those, they have certain rewards. Like if they plan to go to teen conference and they get a bronze, they get a 33% discount.
Wow.
If they get silver, they get a 66% discount. And if they get gold, they get a free trip, plus they get to go to the National Congress, which is in Atlanta and around Thanksgiving.
That's the one that you
yes, that's the one that I went to, and it's wonderful. Just another wonderful opportunity. And these kids that are participating in things, they need to get the credit for what they do. And there are 4 emeralds chosen throughout the state, and it's a $1,000 scholarship on top of that. Plus,
Wow.
they get to go to national conference, which is in Washington. And Paige Hart is our only emerald. The emerald program has been in this program. We kind of like revamped our achievement program. Maybe about 6 or 7 years ago. It was about the time that Paige was
kind of coming through and getting toward being a senior. And
she was the second year of Emeralds. So
okay.
It's not been around very long, but anyway, this is something that I'm really trying to encourage my middle school kids. I want them to come in. I want them to sit down with me, and I will help. I'm not going to fill
kind
the
of a
application.
roadmap, though, right?
Exactly. And what it is, they fill out. It's basically a spreadsheet, and they fill it out. And they add things to it year after year after year, and then by the time they graduate, they've already got their
like
resume.
Keeping a portfolio
exactly.
and a resume, and just
and it's already done for them.
That's great.
And that's one of the things that Gage was saying. He said, "I didn't have to do anything; it was already done. It was already done.
Just added to it."
Mm-hmm. So anyway, that's going to be on Tuesday, May the 8th, and we also have a 4-H council meeting that night too.
Okay.
And then we have Saturday, May the 12th, we do have a camper orientation. This will be at 9 o'clock. And then on Monday, May the 14th, I also have another camper orientation. This is for anyone that is a camper. If they've camped before, they still have to come to orientation. There's new things that we have to share. So everyone needs to come at least to one of the orientations.
It's just getting everybody prepared and ready for...
Yeah,
okay.
It's going to be here before we know it, and that's...
Oh, yeah. I mean, we'll blink, and it's time to go to camp.
I know.
Buses will be rolling.
That's the truth. Tuesday, May the 15th, we have a volunteer orientation, and this is going to be held at Lee S. Jones. This is for all of our counties, Caldwell, Lyon, Trigg, Livingston, and Crittenden. Caldwell, Lyon, Trigg, Livingston, and Logan counties. Logan won't come because they're so far. But we will. We have kind of like a group orientation. It gives the volunteers a chance to know one another, a chance to see one another and see, okay, they're going. Okay, I remember them from last year. We can do this and that. And it also gives us a chance to go over rules and go over things. And all of our leaders have to have, I believe it's 24 hours of instruction, or I guess you could say educational hours before they before we go to camp, but they get some of those at camp. It's kind of hard to explain, but this accounts for some of those.
Some of those hours,
yes.
Okay.
Yes, and they also get a self-study packet also.
Good deal.
And speaking of, camp is going to be June the 5th through the 8th. I am full. As a matter of fact, I'm on my way from here. I'll leave to go to Ohio County for a camp planning meeting.
Wow.
I do have several on the waiting list, boys as well as girls. And
isn't that something?
It is. Hopefully we'll possibly get some more beds available.
Do you ever envision 2 sessions?
Oh, no.
No.
Mm-mm.
You get to capacity and then just...
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes. And you never know what's going to happen.
Right.
There are some counties like Fayette County, or not Fayette County, Woodford County. They can't.
Also,
they fill the camp.
Yeah.
Just the county itself.
Yeah, I bet they do. Yeah.
So, but we'd like to have more beds. But there's a lot of logistics that goes into it to make if. It's just a lot of logistics.
Adding, other housing and that kind of stuff.
Yes, and the summer shortening also over the years, that's hurt us also because we have like 32 counties that camp at West Kentucky. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's a lot.
So it's used a lot.
All the way to Meade County.
Really?
Okay. Excuse me. Yeah, it's used all throughout the year, and then whenever the last couple of it's used every summer of camp. So, but if anybody would like to be put on the waiting list, they can call the extension office, and we'll add them. I can't guarantee anything. So it's been a good year for us, and we have had quite a few scholarship. Is yours working?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mine's working.
And we've also had quite a few donations of scholarship money, and really do appreciate that, and that's allowed us to get some kids in that wouldn't have a chance to go to camp. But we've had some very generous donors, some public as well as private donors, and we're very, very, yes, we're very grateful for that. May the 16th is also the deadline for Aerospace Camp, and this is going to be held on June the 22nd. This is held at Madisonville at the airport. Cost is $115, and it covers all the supplies, all the expenses. The kids get their first solo flight, so they get to record those. They get a logbook, like if you were trying to get your pilot's license and you have to log hours. They get their first logbook. They get to,
That's how Gage
exactly.
Got,
It's how he got started. I don't know how many hours he had whenever he started, but at least.
But he had gone up several times.
7 or 8. Oh yeah.
After this, the aeronautics and aviation part of this, so that's pretty neat.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting.
Yeah.
But anyway, it is a wonderful opportunity. They will definitely learn a lot about space if kids are interested in science. They do have to be in 6th through 12th grade, but it's just a great opportunity. And I have a couple of kids already signed up, and one plans on going into the Air Force, and this is why she wants to do this. And I think it's a great idea.
Sure it is.
So
that's great.
Livestock judging is going to have a car wash on May the 19th, and that's a few weeks away. But just remember, if your car needs to be washed on the 19th from 9 to 1 at Taco John's, we'll be having a car wash, and this is to raise funds for them to they usually take a big trip, which is kind of like a workout. They'll go to several different locations, and they'll judge pigs one day, cows the next day, goats and sheep, just whatever they can. Just they try to get prepared for that state contest. And this money goes to help fund that. Our state contest is in Muhlenberg County this year, so it's either usually in Richmond or Muhlenberg, and it's in Muhlenberg this year.
This is livestock judging.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So.
And I know that's one Candy and
Kevin Laurent. Yes.
Candy Adams and Kevin Laurent really work with those kids, and
yes, they do.
They've had a lot of success and excellent. So.
Yes, and I got to give Anna Laurent some credit too. She works with the Clovers quite a bit.
Okay.
On judging skills and different things, and she's phenomenal with them. So, anyway, that's really about all that's going on. Once June starts, it's going to be HIT Camp, HIT Teen Conference, State Livestock Contest, Aerospace Camp, Cloverbud Camp.
Yeah, and then pretty soon we'll be talking about State Fair.
Oh, yeah.
And, of course, hams are being done.
They are curing. Yes, they
right
are.
Now. And
yes, they are.
And then that'll be a work in progress all the way throughout the summer until we get to the State Fair.
Yep.
Awesome.
And again, that'll be here before we know it. And I do have to say that we're going to have some great changes at the State Fair this year. Typically, in years past, many years past, the 4-H Cloverville, which is all where the 4-H exhibits are in the West Wing, which is off to the side, and then the animal and livestock and FFA are in the back of the West Wing. Well, the animals, the livestock division has grown so much that they're kind of like booting us out, and so they're going to take over the West Wing, and we have moved to the South Wing, which is where the Country Ham contest, where we do our speeches and stuff. It's typically where the open exhibits are and where the exhibitors are. So we're going to be, it's a new area, and it's called Agland, and FFA is going to be there, and all the College of Ag, 4-H Cloverville, and all of the other ag youth programs are going to be housed in there and all together, and it's going to be really great.
That is.
I'm really excited.
So a whole new structure of where everything is and how everything's probably
Yes,
done.
And we're going to have so much more visibility, because that's where the people go. A lot of people go to Cloverville if they have a reason to go to Cloverville, but it was off to the side when it was in the West Wing. So now we're going to be where everybody is, and we've even booted out the food court. So, they've moved down. We've kind of moved in their place.
Oh,
yeah. They have to go through us to get to the food. So
that's a good thing.
It is a good thing.
A little method to that.
It is a good thing, and we've had a lot of generous donors. David Wallace is one of those, who is a former Caldwell County 4-H member. Jimmy and Betty Wallace's son. He's given a lot to the State Fair program, which he's on the State Fair board now, and he is also on the 4-H Foundation. But anyway, so we're grateful to him and all of the others that are making this happen, because it is it's definitely. It takes a lot.
It certainly does. It certainly does. And thanks to everybody that does make that work. And, of course, Rhonda, your hard work and these kids and all the volunteers, because it's an effort. It takes a lot of people to get all these programs going, these kids in the right spots.
Definitely. It takes a lot of it takes a village, which is made of volunteers.
Yeah, no doubt about it. But thank you so much. And you're off to Ohio County to plan about the camp this summer. So, well, thanks for coming in. And it's always a pleasure. You're very busy, and look forward to talking with you next month about all the good stuff that's going on. If we can keep you, get you from camp and all that stuff, because it'll be camp month next month.
It will.
So we'll have
to
figure all
about
that
a month
out.
from now.
Yeah. So have a great day. Safe travels.
You too.
All
Bye-bye.
right. That is Rhonda Jewell. She is our 4-H extension agent here in Princeton. And as you have just heard and can tell, busy. Lots of good stuff going on with our 4-H. That's going to wrap up our extension program and this edition of Tiger Talk. It's Wednesday. That means it's our extension program. Be sure you tune in tomorrow to Tiger Talk, as we'll be talking about diabetes education classes. Allison Schote, registered dietitian from Health First Community Health Center. She will be in studio talking more about these free diabetic classes that will be coming here in May, and you'll want to tune in for that at 8 o'clock. That's going to wrap up Tiger Talk on this Wednesday. Have a good day, everybody. Thanks for joining us on WPKY The Tiger. Hancock's Neighborhood Market on Commerce Street in Cadiz is the place to shop for delicious homemade goodness.